and it says Corvette Race Team 1972 Le Mans. And that decal was on that car since 1972, still on the car. And the guy had no clue. He knew it was something special, but he didn't know what it was. And what happened was, after tracing the car back, we found out the car was in a junkyard in South Carolina. It's a great Barn story, people. And the guy, see, I had the VIN number of the car because I was able to get a hold of the original owner. And what I did was, what I normally do here, I look through all car publications, magazine, Corvette Newses, Keeping Track Vet, Corvette Court, whatever I need. And I read about this stuff. And usually in articles, it talks about the owners, the drivers, the mechanics, and so on. And I would make a list of people. You know, oh, this guy, Joe Small, bought a 1968 factory LA car, went to Sebring, blah, 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 this year. And I start calling the people up on information. Oh, yeah, I got all the documentation on the car. And that's basically how it started. This is the original interior of the car that went to Sebring and Daytona in the 60s and 70s. That's a control box panel that came out of a boat. Dave Hines is one of the drivers of the car, was really into boats. The steering wheel came out of a boat. I mean, the car was complete, but it was ratty. Most race cars are beat to death. And how you document race cars is by significant pieces on the car, whether it's a light fixture, a hole drill, a roll bar. Some cars don't have VIN numbers on the car. You just go by body damage. That's the chassis. Had the original roll bar that was bolted in place.
Bolted, not well.
Just bolted, yeah. That car was bolted. Just sitting there, I mean, all these years. The control arms were all cadmium plated, then they painted them like a battleship gray, and you can see how rad that thing was, but it was all there. That's it all done. Used every original component, of course, of all the bushings I changed and everything, but we used everything on that car. Engine compartment.
What was the engine?
It was a factory LA car. It's one of 4 produced called it was an LA lightweight car. They only made 4 of those cars. We'll talk about that in a second. That's the car done, the interior. Use the original steering wheel, use the original control panel on it. Every switch on that car is the original switches on that car. Just clean them up, tested them, put them back in the car. You know, I got to play the outfit. Yeah, the only problem, I wouldn't want to go to Alabama with that car. It's a real pretty car. Then after we did the first drivable chassis, you know something, let's make a drivable chassis race car. Another car that I was involved with is Sunray DX Oil Corvette, cover up Corvette News, One Esclat Sebring 1968, factory LA car. And we made it drivable with the big fuel cell in the back, that was all there. That car we found up in a barn in upstate New York, Dresel, New York, had the car. The car sat there since 1973. We got the car in August of '91. And did a little photo shoot of it. And there's the other side of it. Just well, I'm going to tell you in a second. Let me finish my tape, my little slide presentation, then we'll talk about how we found the cars and stories behind them. And of course, after it was the cutaway car, we decided to put it back together again.
Kevin, wasn't the cutaway car not the original body?
No, the body that I used was out of a 1970 coupe that somebody donated for the project.
Right, the original body is still intact.
And this happened. We got the body on July 4th weekend. Now the chassis was already drivable. Lance Miller came up, Chip's son came up to visit me for a weekend, him and his girlfriend, and he goes, you know, there's half a car you're going to build. He goes, I'd love to see it. Well, you know what the chassis looks like? Because I've been carting the drivable chassis for a couple of years. Because yeah, but I want to see the half a body. We just got it. It was just a big pile of garbage at the time. He says, you're going to have this ready for Carlisle? I says, we'll get it done. I said, you know how we work it. Once we are on a mission, we're on a mission. We'll get it done. And basically, we got it done. We got it done in 6 weeks. That's it, done. Those lights were, the lenses actually came from the factory as a heavy-duty option. You get the lights, the oil cooler, the flares will go in the trunk of the car, and then you have to install it on the car. It's a real pretty boy.